on that pod thing. It's disgusting.
This is the After the Show podcast. It's where we get honest and real with yo ass. So sit back, relax, have a blast, because it's time for the After the Show podcast.
Yeah, hello and welcome to the KVJ After the Show podcast. It is a Thursday.
Kevin's birthday eve.
Oh, yes. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. How's the weather looking out there? Oddly enough, we had a good bit of rain today. The showers were coming early. I don't know if that means it's sticking around or if it's in and out.
It's nice right now.
Oh, it is? Okay.
I think the rain has subsided and it's looking nicer.
Okay.
It's supposed to be nice tomorrow, too, it says.
Okay.
No rain, but then Saturday you might get a little bit of rain.
Okay. All right. Yeah, it's football camp season. I wouldn't imagine anybody would know that, but yeah. So Cannon's got a camp today. That's why I was kind of curious.
Oh.
Yeah. So heading out to Boca Raton's FAU camp today, and then Kaiser camp is on Saturday.
How's his thumb doing? I know he broke it. Is he ready to play football?
Yeah, he's back in action.
Okay.
He is back doing his thing. So he's trying to knock off the rust because he's out for about 6 weeks, but he's out doing it.
Is he back as the quarterback position?
Yeah, that's what he plays.
Okay.
Yeah. I talked to him about that. I said, hey, dude, there's only one quarterback on the field, and that's what he wants to play. So, yeah, we'll see. So
Big dreams. I love it.
Big dreams.
Dream big, kid.
Yeah, we'll see where it goes. So we're going to run off to that here in just a bit. It's going to be a big part of the weekend.
Make some video. I want to see what's going on over there.
Okay, yeah, that's kind of what I do. I know he likes the moral support, and I do some videos, too, to try to help him out. There was a thought here about your son, Virginia Rocco, and the chest pains that he had you thought was brought on by some soda.
And gas.
Yeah. Ryan said, I'm probably not going to be the only one that writes about this, but I don't think Rocco's chest pains were from a gas bubble. I think the soda may have played a factor, but it sounds to me like maybe Rocco could have been having a panic attack. Chest pain is super common as a symptom for panic attacks, and Rocco got ginned up on soda, so he probably had a lot of caffeine. Caffeine can trigger people that struggle with anxiety. They were also watching a stressful finals game where I'm sure Panda had a lot of sports anxiety. And I'm thinking the anxiety of the game moment combined with the impact of the caffeine contributed to Rocco having a panic attack.
It's a great email. It's great insight. That absolutely could be what it was.
Anything's possible. I will tell you that Rocco wasn't watching the game, though. He went upstairs to his bedroom and he was playing his video games, and it was coming in waves for him. Like, he would be normal for a couple minutes, and he's like, okay, I think it's fine. And then all of a sudden, it would hurt him in his chest again.
That still could be panic, though.
Okay.
Well, what could happen is that he could have had gas, and that on top of it would give panic. I know sometimes if I get a chest pain, it can lead to oh, it's a heart attack. Oh,
I'm dying.
And then you get all panicked.
Right.
Yeah.
That's. I think both played a factor.
Maybe.
Dr. Bird has answered.
A guy that might know. Yeah, that's interesting. Okay, thank you very much. Ryan in the Pizzle.
Yes, thank you.
Sent that in. And whoa, look at this subject on this email. Virginia is right.
This never happens.
It says, yes, Virginia, the black box in an airplane is on the inside of a fireproof, highly visible orange box.
Aha!
We'd ask why it's a black box if it's orange. Well, the box itself is black, and the case on the outside is orange to help you find it.
That person was so excited to write that email.
Thank you.
I love it.
I have to counteract the 87,000 Virginia is wrong email, so I appreciate it.
Now on to the usual. Virginia is wrong. I had to point this out. Virginia is wrong. You're talking about the oranges that you had on World Record Wednesday. What she's referring to are not actually oranges. They are not new or engineered. Those are mandarins, and Cuties is the brand name. That's it. Have a great day.
You dumb.
They didn't have no Cuties when I was little. I remember being struggle bus trying to open a frickin' orange when I was young. These new Cuties are for these new snowflake kids. I didn't have no cuties when I was little.
Or for people like me with that bitch ass grip, I'm like, oh, I need give me a tangerine or a kumquat.
You beat Kevin though.
He did.
That bitch ass grip. Because Kevin couldn't be sloppy and messy.
Yeah, I look back at it. He beat me by a good bit.
Yeah, he did.
I don't know what he was intense. He must have just tore through it. I don't know. Honestly, he had to have some manual dexterity on that peeling though, because he got the peel off faster than I did.
He did.
Oh,
Yeah.
I fingered it, and then I pulled back and got caught the orange.
Show me on KVJ
So,
TV.
I know what
you
you're
did.
saying. Your strategy, you went,
and
you
then I
went,
sucked it, I hooked it, split it, and shoved it.
he went right in the middle, and then you kind of ripped it apart, and the peel took care of itself.
Finger, or no, I'm sorry, shove,
You just flipped off the camera too.
finger, peel back, shove. That's what it is.
You ate it with gusto.
It was very impressive. Yeah, it was not even that close actually. That video, if you did not see it and you want to find it easily, got it posted up today. It's on our social media.
It'd be a fun party game too. Recreate it this weekend with you and your friends and send us a video of y'all doing it.
Yeah.
Finger it, pull it, shove it.
Don't
Okay.
use no bitch ass cuties either, though. You gotta use like an old school orange, a big one.
That made it legit because I guess if you got it with a cutie, that wouldn't even count as a record.
Yeah, a cutie is so easy to peel. That's why they give them to little kids. A toddler can take it out.
That's right.
Try to peel a grapefruit. That's a hard one.
Is that even possible?
I don't know. I think if you do the finger peel back and then shove, I think you might stove a finger, or pull a gum muscle.
That'd be fun to do if you're drinking. Try to do a grapefruit.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if you can. I don't know how those things would peel.
I'll bring you some grapefruit tomorrow.
I do kind of want to know. And then we're celebrating Kevin's birthday tomorrow. You know what goes great with grapefruit? Atoll vodka.
Yes.
Bam.
Oh, yeah.
It goes
Yeah, it
so
does.
good.
It does. That's nice. You use freshly squeezed?
I do.
Grapefruit, yeah.
I like to cut up my citrus and actually put it in the Atoll vodka bottle and let it just marinate in there, rind and all. And then I'll put that over ice and drink it. And it's delicious, y'all.
I saw a really cool little contraption. If you do like the fresh juice, I was in, you ever heard of Bedner's Market?
Yes.
Yeah, I did commercials for them for a while.
Yeah, I was in one yesterday on Dixie in West Palm.
It's a great spot.
And they've got a machine. It's got a big basket on the top of it, and you fill it with oranges. And then they come down through, and as you just hit the thing, a nozzle, like you would get a regular soda out of a fountain, you do that with your bottle of orange juice. It rolls oranges down through, it smashes them, and it squeezes out the fresh juice.
You watch your juice being juiced. Rocco and I would do it every time we went in there because for him, it's like, you know, he loves pushing buttons and being in charge and all that. It is such a fun thing for kids to do, and it's a great way to get them excited about drinking a healthy juice.
It was pretty cool, yeah. So I thought that was kind of neat. If you want the fresh, that'd be fun to have at home if you do a lot of orange juice. Let me see some other emails that we got here. Jeremy would like to hear a Virginia or animal. You definitely could do the dolphin.
I will do that for you.
How are you with a horse?
Not bad.
Okay.
Give me grizzly bear.
Hungry.
Baby lamb.
Okay.
I can play that.
I hear the potential there. If Denny's ever gets laryngitis.
If we were off the air, I'd ask you for 7 more animals.
And I would play.
I wanted some of this action now. This sounds fun.
Yeah, can we rotate?
Yeah, we can.
Give Denny's a break, for good Lord. Everybody yells at Denny's. Denny's is overworked.
I'll give you a
Bird,
round.
give me chipmunk. That's not bad.
It's not good.
It's not bad.
No, I could see that could be tricky.
That could trip somebody up on the phone.
Yeah. Eagle. I think it's pterodactyl.
Close.
And I blew up my thorax.
Okay, that was very intense. That was very intense. Justo sent this in. We were talking about dippable foods, shrimp cocktail. And this is an interesting play on words that Justo said. He said, what's funny is that Virginia doesn't like cocktail sauce, but she does like to get sauced on cocktails.
Oh, that is a very funny juxtaposition.
That is.
Look at you over there.
Is that ironic? I don't know.
I was you when he said that.
Sauced on cocktails, but doesn't like cocktail sauce. Dude, that's good writing.
I just thought of something, man.
Bruh.
And Marley loved my commentary as I was talking about Kansas City today. Kevin says, quote, Kansas City is a great place to raise kids. There's plenty of bars.
Well, his kids were all raised in one. Did your kids go to school like in second grade? Their project was draw a picture of your favorite place to go with your family. Yeah. The kids drew the bar at the ale house.
Yeah.
And they were like, we love to sit up here with Daddy.
Yeah, that parent-teacher conference was awkward.
Some kids are raised in a bar, y'all. I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah, it happens. It happens. We were also talking a little pizza, and John said Bird needs to try Colombino's on Forest Hill and Military.
Oh.
It's an Italian deli, and the meat lovers party pizza is the best.
We know them. I'm friends with the Colombino family. No big deal. I don't mean to name drop, but they are legendary when it comes to food.
We get them every Christmas usually. If the family's down here, it's our family tradition to get Colombino's.
Really?
Yep.
They're that legit.
They're
It's
great.
so legit.
They make unbelievable bread. They
Okay.
make great pizza. It's very delicious. It's been there forever. It's amazing.
If you did an Italian off between Joseph's and Colombino's.
Oh, shit.
Head to head.
Yeah, I don't know if I can do that.
Okay.
Rest in peace. Mr. Colombino just passed away not too long ago, and he was a legend. Rest in peace.
There we go. Let's make it depressing.
Cool.
The family lives on. They still have the store. And
Yeah, but
all the things he taught
sad.
them.
I mean,
You had to work in death with our pizza talk, and it didn't really need to happen.
the circle of life.
We could easily talked about that without any death
you
talk.
I think you bring up any subject, Virginia, could make it depressing.
And you can always hear it ramping up. You can hear making that left right on Depression Boulevard.
Rest in peace, Mr. Colombino.
You talk about fresh litter of puppies, and Virginia be going, yeah, what about the ones that died in birth?
There's always a runt.
There's always a runt that dies. 9 out of 10 puppies
And they'll
live,
all
but
make
one's
it.
dead.
Is the mama sad?
Sometimes the mama will kill the weakest one. Have you seen that shit go down? That's pretty effed.
No.
I used to see we had hamsters, and it was so cute and lovely when they'd have baby hamsters until the mom would eat one.
Yeah, they killed the runt, Kevin.
I had gerbils. I think they were gerbils or hamsters, one of the two, when I was a kid. And yeah, they had babies. I was so excited. And the next day I looked in the cage and they're gone. I'm like, what happened? And then my mom tried to change the subject.
Yeah.
She's like, oh, look over here, Fat Kevin. I have all these little Debbies.
Would you like an ice cream bar? Yeah, okay.
Yeah, okay.
Fuck them gerbils.
It's pretty intense.
Dude, yeah, the mother just ate the children, and then you start thinking, oh my gosh,
Yeah.
I'm a child. Is my mom going to eat me?
Well, I just remember it not being a quick process.
Oh,
you
my
watched
God.
her
Oh.
go to town?
Oh, my gosh.
They had
Oh,
babies.
no.
It was amazing. We were so happy as kids, and then we would go to check, and when we went to check, she was eating one of the kids.
Oh my gosh. I didn't know you saw the consumption.
Oh, we saw a lot of.
My
Kevin
gosh.
didn't see the consumption. His mom just lied to him and then distracted him with pastry.
No, my parents always let me see the pain.
No sheltering.
Come here, young son. You want to see what life is all about?
Watch this hard ass shit.
They eat you alive. I know we had a question as well about the dipping sauces, and I'm sure going to pronounce all this wrong, but you had au jus that goes with the French dip,
Oh, yes, au jus.
and then the consommé.
Consommé.
And Erica said, yeah, that is French, but as Mexican America, we say consommé. Consommé, I believe. I don't know.
The origins are all French, though, I believe. But yeah,
Yeah.
you can do it in Spanish, too. Is it made the same way as a French au jus? Because I might try to do one
It's
of those.
soup or dipping or drinking may include onion, tomato, beef, broth, garlic, chile de árbol, guajillo, chili poblano,
I may try
cumin,
to
bay
attempt.
leaf, coriander.
I may make you a birria taco for your birthday tomorrow.
Okay. I like the effort.
Well, every time you give it to him and bring it up, do you have to do it in that awful cringy accent that you're doing?
We were calling it a birria taco, and people yelled at us and said, "You stupid asshole, you're saying it wrong. It's birria. It's birria." We got hate mail saying, "You're not pronouncing it right, dumbass."
Oh, don't worry, after today we're getting more of that.
Oh, yeah, no.
I'm just trying to pronounce it right. Stop yelling at me.
Erica said you got to try menudo with hominy as well if you like consomme. Yeah, my wife, she loves the Mexican soups.
Yes,
So,
my mama gets
yeah.
down on that menudo.
Yeah, so I get menudo a lot. And then the queen also likes a soup called pozole, which is another Mexicano soup that she gets. And, it's hard to find. A lot of you can tell almost what is an authentic place because they'll typically have one of those soups. Like the Toreros, they do every now and then. They'll have the menudo. And there's another place called Montezuma's on Dixie, kind of towards West Palm, Lake Worth, and they'll have the pozole.
I'll have the Montezuma's Revenge, please.
I know. There's kind of an odd place for gringos to go into because you're right. I think I'm going to shit my brains out every time I eat there.
I want to get in the back seat and shit myself.
That's right. It's your favorite place to crap your pants. Apparently, yes. I hear what you're saying, though. Let me see. You got Engineer Keith, the defending Teslas. That was on my mind today. There was a story of a woman out of Arizona that her Tesla, full of a charge, just pulled over to the side of the road, stopped working, locked her in it, couldn't get out, had to get a friend. They had to find the emergency hatch. And then you were talking a bit about the range anxiety that people have.
Yes, that's a real thing. When you drive an EV, range anxiety is a new thing for me, but it's very real.
Is EV what, electric vehicle?
Yes.
Isn't that just fucking so cool? Hey, I got my EV, my EV. I'm going to rev my EV.
These EVs are cool. They really, really are. I know gas is easier, but the EVs are like a little spaceship on the inside. I get the allure.
Okay. Yeah, well, Engineer Key said, I've got a Model 3, wife has a Model Y. There are only cars, and we do not have range anxiety. I've driven to the Keys, and I've driven it to Atlanta in the winter. During the winter, it does suck. That is honestly the only thing I can say that you might want to consider if you get a Tesla, but everything else you guys were talking about was a bit dramatic. I've had my 12-volt battery die on me, similar to what was mentioned about that lady who got trapped, but that's what the emergency door release hatch is for, that Jason was traumatized about. So I guess if you do get a Tesla, you might want to learn where some of those emergency hatch buttons are.
Amen.
To get yourself out. Yeah, that'd probably be a warning on that.
If you don't know, call Rocco. He'll come give you a tutorial on your Tesla. He loves it. He watches YouTube videos all day, all night, learning every detail.
That's what he does, huh?
He finds people that have been driving their Tesla for years, and he teaches them stuff about their car. I've never seen anything like it.
He loves it that much and studies it, huh?
He studies it. It's his passion.
Yeah.
If only he did that well in school.
Yeah,
He's still young.
It's one of those things though where look, he's some kids are just bored and they don't get good grades, but they're super smart and they go on to great things.
To me, I'm pumped if my kid's got a passion for something. I'd be worried if my kid had no passions for anything.
True. No, you're right.
If he's willing to learn about the things that he loves, and I think that's a good thing.
He could care less about anything in school except for being the best hugger.
Well, I mean, I would pay attention to shit in school that I was into. As soon as they lost me, I'd all of a sudden get ADHD. It was crazy.
Yeah, I think that might be what he's got.
Well, my point is, if I'm not into it, I'm going to be bored. I'm not going to pay attention.
And he tunes out.
So what are you going to say, Virginia? Let's say that school is not really Rocco's thing, but you see he's highly intelligent, very capable, and he would seg really well because of his maturity into the real world, making good money, working in one of these kind of places where he has a good knowledge base. I'm
still forcing him to go to university.
Really?
Yep. Even if you just go 1 year, I want you to get that experience. I had it, and it was so awesome for me developmentally to have the stepping stone to adulthood. I've been putting money aside for his Florida prepaid since he was born. So a little bit of money goes in this account every single month for his college. He'll have a 4-year paid for university experience.
To me, just going 1 year is a waste of money.
I want him to at least experience the stepping stone of going to a major university.
I mean, because then you're really just paying for the experience of him just to go into a university. Because 1 year at a university is really not going to make you. It's not going to give you diddly dick when it comes to your degree. B, you're not going to really learn that much in a year, and then C, you're going to waste a fuck ton of money on a year that you could really get most of the information off of a lot of stuff that's online these days.
I want him to live in a dorm, be self-sufficient, figure out how to navigate his days and nights without mommy and daddy helping him.
But can't you do all that without college?
I think university is a wonderful stepping stone. Of course, you can do all that without college, but on a campus, there is a certain level of protection that you don't get in a real world situation in an apartment and all that. I think being in a dorm with other people navigating the same thing you are, trying to figure out on your own, but not completely on your own, for me, was the most enriching experience of my young years.
But that was a different time, though. College is different than it was when we were younger. It's just a different vibe. You don't need college to get everything you're saying. Now, again, I'm not against college, but I also think college is not for everybody. And I think you could really prolong and waste time and waste money if you're the wrong person going to college.
I do hear what you're saying, and I think you are correct. It's not the same as when I went in 1991. I absolutely agree with you. And he is learning a lot in other areas. I thought about putting him in trade school instead of summer camp, sending him right to trade school at 8 years old. I think he is more qualified for that than probably a lot of the people that are going into trade school and have their high school diploma. I just want him to go away to a university. I don't want him to have the safety net of mommy and daddy right there, arm's length away, or even in the same town. I want him to be out of town and have to fucking figure it out like I did. It was the best learning experience for me.
Yesterday, we were talking about a kid who opted not to go to college. He got into boat repair, loved it, has done it for 5 years, and wants to now do his own business to make even more money. And the debate between the husband and wife was whether or not the college fund, which was like $200K, could go to helping their son open up his business instead. And the dad was like, no. He's like, because that's not guaranteed and education's guaranteed, and this is what we put the money aside for. Virginia had some thoughts on that yesterday, and Carlos said, Virginia, I love you to death, but the way you explained why you think college is worth the money really doesn't apply to the guy who wants to start a business. You mentioned college being a stepping stone to the working world. What you don't realize is that guy has been in the working world for at least 5 years, creating a career already in boat repair, which should be a good career down here, given how many people have boats. He's not a teenager that's waiting to start his first job. If that were the situation, then maybe you'd have a point. Also, I doubt this guy is going to live in a dorm with annoying teeny boppers if you're going to go to college. I'm sure he can afford his own place, so that point that you made is invalid also. Give the guy the money and watch him build an awesome career without any fucking college debt.
Look, I'm old school. I saved this money. It's my money. It's not your money. I put this aside out of my check for your college. If you opt not to go to college, you opt not to get my money.
So if Rocco, after high school, said, hey, I could get a Google certificate and I could start working right now, making money and all that, I guess if he's 18, there's nothing you could say, but you would not do anything to help him out financially towards that goal.
If he wants to figure it out and move out and do all his own stuff, then yeah, go make all your own rules. But if you want to get my money, you got to play by my rules because I'm the one that set this up for you.
Okay.
And maybe it is old school, but you know what? I don't give a shit.
Okay. She don't care.
I don't care. It's my money. I'm the one that sacrificed out of my check every week to put money aside for this.
And then if your kid does not go to college, I assume you get all that back, correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's your savings account now that you
That's what it is basically at that point.
Yeah. I don't know all the specifics. I'm sure they probably take a percentage, a tiny, whatever, clerical percentage, but you can apply it to other things. You can apply it to trade school, and I would be open to that conversation, but I don't want him to have a safety net of mama is right here in town and you're living in my house and all that still, and I'm still taking care of you like a baby bird.
Yeah.
I don't want that. I want him to have to go figure it out.
Okay. Well, if you're looking for some wisdom, you don't have to go any further than YouTube. Amanda said, hey, Jbird, I just want to let you know I watched your interview with Wayne Dyer, and I loved what he said about in the last 5 minutes of every day. Such a great interview and so full of wisdom. Do you remember what Wayne Dyer had said about the last 5 minutes of every day?
Maybe count your blessings.
Okay. Gratitude kind of
Yeah, I can't remember, though.
Okay.
I have to go back. It's been a minute.
Yeah.
He is very insightful.
Yeah. Another thing yesterday, we got a little bit deep talking about remembering Gene Wilder. Somebody recommended that to Jbird, and I was on Netflix. I'm like, I want to see that. I want to check that out. And there was a lot of really good life advice on that. And it started off with him talking about going around this fountain, and you go to the left, something happens. You go to the right, something else happens.
Coming out of the Plaza Hotel in New York City,
Yeah.
he's right. There's a very large fountain that you have to go to the right or you have to go to the left. It's massive. And to the right, he ran into somebody that changed his life.
Yeah.
If he would have gone left, he never would have ran into that person.
It was an actress that was dating Mel Brooks, and he met her, got a theater job because of it. Mel Brooks saw then Gene Wilder in that performance and was writing the producers and said, oh my gosh, that guy is this character in the producers.
That's
How
crazy.
Gene Wilder started, and then built his relationship that was, so critical with Mel Brooks. And they did, of course, Young Frankenstein and Blazing Saddles and so many movies together. And George said, thank you for the recommendation. I watched Remembering Gene Wilder, and I loved it. It reminded me of so many of his classics. And it is. And like I said, even if you don't know him, I still think there's some good advice. And Laura said, it's so weird that you were talking about the right or left, because Jason was talking about dropping his keys. Well, I had to adjust the back of my shoe in the Publix parking lot this morning. And I'm pretty sure it actually saved my life, because a guy blew through a stop sign and I probably would have been hit right in front of him.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I'm thanking my discounted Michael Kors sandals today.
Wow.
Yeah, I've always been obsessed with that since I was a little kid. If you wait 10 minutes, wait 5 seconds, you drop something, you go left, does that really change the course of your life? And I feel like sometimes it could.
I think it could. And is it like a guardian angel making you drop your keys or forget your phone or have a cheap shoe?
Now,
But where was the guardian angel on a moment where someone doesn't get the good thing? You know what I mean?
Maybe they didn't deserve it.
What if they're a kid?
Maybe they were a bad kid.
Well, all right.
I don't know.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I was just posing the question.
Some people are saying that they believe that is predestined, though, that it's not that moment, the chance you were always going to take that option. So it's not like you had the choice, that you are predestined to get to your fate.
So if you're gonna get hit by a car, no matter like your bully, her bully that got hit by a car was always gonna get hit by a car.
That's what-
even if they made a left when the car was supposed to hit. Eventually, they're gonna get hit by a car.
That's what one person was going in on yesterday when we were having the conversation. They were just saying, you're just talking about predestination. It was always going to happen that way. It's not like you had the choice. The universe was already planned, and you're just along for the ride.
See, I don't believe that.
But you saw it as you had the choice, and you made the choice to go right instead of left. But
Free will.
the universe always knew that you're going to go right.
I believe in free will to a certain point.
And what happens if you walk out of the Plaza Hotel and then you just walk around and around the fountain until something cool happens?
But that's just my own personal perspective.
Yeah, it is. And I believe in free will. I think because I grew up with that, that's more of a biblical concept. As you know, what I was always taught in church was that God gives you free will. He doesn't want, because people are like, well, why would he let people be bad, or why would he make bad people? It's because he wanted to give you free will. You get the choice. You can follow. You can choose to be good. You can choose to be bad. He didn't want a bunch of sheep or a bunch of robots that didn't have a choice. He wanted them to hopefully choose the better option and make the right choices in life. But there's always a path you can take.
But according to everything was already planned out. It was already planned out for us to always meet. Then, if that's the way this is supposed to go,
yeah.
That means every single decision that goes on in the universe would have to already be completely planned out, flat out. And my brain can't work that way.
I think you choose which side, because we don't know, and you're not going to know unless we get the answers in another side of the plane. Here you can argue it, but you're never going to know for a fact. You just got to go with what you like better. To me, that's why I believe in every moment. You make how many choices in a day? It's like thousands of choices. And that's why, to me, I think those who make better choices more often benefit. And I think that there's something to that. I think that encourages you. I think it encourages you to be a better human, to be a harder worker. Because otherwise, if it's just predestined, then you know what? Fuck it. If I was always going to do this.
Well, if it's predestined, then
Yeah.
I'm going to fucking give up and just go into my couch and never try again.
But then it's giving up predestined.
Yeah, well, I'm not buying that shit. I'm sorry.
Then I'll be like, it's not my fault. I didn't have a choice. I was predestined to become an alcoholic, sit on my couch all day, and poop my pants.
I was predestined to be a lazy fuck and give up.
Yeah. Right. That's why I choose my belief system.
Because anyone can then get away with everything at that point. Why'd you hit your kid? Oh, it's predestined. It's predestined. I was supposed to hit my kid.
Yeah.
The universe had it all figured out for me. I don't know.
I don't know, man. This conversation is getting a little deep.
Well, it's going to even get deeper tonight. 6 p.m. KVJ YouTube page.
Yeah, I like the angle on the cloning thing is going to be fascinating tonight that Bird and the crew are going to delve into.
Well, I didn't get into it too much because it's an email from somebody who has a theory about it, and I don't. It would have been too long to have explained on the air, and I just think I would have lost everybody.
Yeah. But it's about cloning, and it's
hybriding AI together, and basically you could clone a Kevin, but then basically put an AI chip in you to make your personality be completely like Kevin.
Wow.
To where if Kevin was gone and dead, you'd have a real Kevin. It's the second Kevin, but it's just like the real Kevin.
Well,
and you
talking
wouldn't
about
even
free
know.
will, does that being the new cloned Kevin, does he have a choice, or is he running to the model of what the original Kevin was? He doesn't get to be his own entity and his own being.
I think
there's no free will in that being.
There's no free will. I think it's just an AI. You're Kevin Ralston as what Kevin Ralston was on the planet, and you're just carbon copying that thing and making it you.
Has no choice.
But it would act just like you. It would make every decision like you. When you order food, how you handle the show, everything would be Kevin Ralston. It would be your authentic self, and I put that in parentheses.
And if God did create us to be beings that have free will, and we started creating beings that don't, does God say, all right, you motherfuckers fucked up. Game over.
I always bring this up. It's an episode on Twilight Zone. It really fucks with your head.
Game over.
He finds out that his love of his life is a robot. And he goes, well, do I really love this robot? It's a robot.
Yeah.
It's not really a human. Does she even love me for who I am?
How did it end?
She's programmed to love me. Her hand had wires in it, and he couldn't take it. He was out.
Wow.
The one thing I do wonder is whether we have one almighty creator or whether it's aliens that gave us the technology or whatever. Do we step out to a certain point where they say, all right, nope, you guys messed up too much?
I think that's what they're doing. I think that's what they do with nukes. I think when you had the big one blow up, you really saw an increase of UFOs all over the planet. It's documented.
So if we got into AI cloning, would the aliens be like, all right, nope, can't do it?
Unless the aliens love it and they're part of it.
Well, okay.
I don't know.
It's going down tonight, Virginia.
There's some unrest in the world. Is it over nukes?
There's something in the
atmosphere. And then when we start effing around with the nukes, is that when the aliens come in and then we're having World War and the aliens shut it down?
Well, we've already messed around with the nukes, and I think they're already here.
Bruh.
More we talk about, I think I am going home, sitting on my couch and drinking.
Yeah.
Tequila.
I think I'm giving up. The universe said it's okay. It was destined.
That's right. That's where I was always going to head. We're going to have this conversation. I was going to say, fuck it. I was going to go home and just get drunk. All right, y'all. Have an amazing day. Weird and Whatever tonight, live 6 p.m. on the KVJ Show YouTube channel. Get anytime you want on demand as well. And we're back here on the KVJ Show YouTube channel tomorrow morning. Goodbye.